And now that I have all of the information coming from Salesforce and being sent to Salesforce that I need, I also need to ensure that all the event emails I'm sending out are going to everyone who was registered for the event. One way I can do this is by using our HTTPS connector. So if you haven't used the HTTPS connector before, it allows you to automatically forward submitted data from FormAssembly to a remote script that accepts form URL encoded data. So some integrations that we've seen customers use before are Tray.io, Mailchimp, and Pardot. So let's take a closer look at the HTTPS connector using Pardot as an example. So let me share my screen again. Coming back here. There'll be a lot of some back and forth, but that's okay. So it's that same form, and we're just going to go to the connectors here. And I've got the HTTPS connector already all set up. And I'm going to use this form to just go ahead and add all of my respondents to the event email list directly from the form in my Pardot. So in Pardot, I have already created a form handler to receive all the information from this form that I will then set up here to send that information to Pardot. So taking a look here, I've got the remote script URL in my HTTPS connector, and this is pointing to the form handler endpoint URL that was created in Pardot. So I just go ahead and place that there. And this is the remote script is essentially what tells the HTTPS connector where to send the data to. So without this being filled in, the HTTPS connector has nowhere to send that data to. Next, you can change the method your remote script uses to accept the data. For mine, it is expecting post, so that's what I've got it mapped as, but you can also change it to get or put. That will depend on what integration you're using to send the data to. So just kind of keep that in mind as you're going through and setting up the HTTPS connector. How does my integration accept that data? And then finally, I mapped all of my form fields here. These are the form fields are mapped to what my Pardot is expecting for the value. So I've mapped in Pardot that, hey, the expected value will be submitted as this, and it will just put in the first name to that TFA1. So now whenever a respondent submits the form to register for the event, their email will be added to my event email list. Now let's take a quick look at what this looks like in my Pardot. So I'm just going to come here, and I've got this email list. I've got a draft here, and automatically whenever those respondents are submitting, they're getting added to the event registration list proportionate to whatever event they're registering in the form. So it's really quite easy to then just come in here, finish this draft, and I can send out that email list to everyone there. And I don't have to worry too much about being like, did I receive everyone's email? Am I getting everyone that I need to send the email to for the event? Makes it super easy for me later.